Now let's learn a little more about the many passions that surround the historic IU-Purdue rivalry.
We're outside Assembly Hall where fans are gearing up for this intense rivalry between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Purdue Boilermakers. Today we want to find out why Hoosiers are so passionate about this rivalry. All right, I'm here with Ross. Ross, why are you so passionate about the IU and Purdue rivalry?
You know, I can't give an explanation other than this is my school, and I feel that I owe a duty to them to be passionate about their sports teams. And I love them, and you have to love some teams, so why not your own?
All right, that makes sense. How long have you been waiting out here?
Since 7:30. It's now 11:30, so 4 hours.
All right, we're here with Andy. Andy, what does the IU-Purdue rivalry mean to you?
Well, I grew up in southern Indiana, about an hour east of here, so ever since I can remember, it's represented like, it's more than just a basketball game, it's more just like bragging rights between like my friends and then just people all over the state. So it definitely runs deeper, more than just a basketball game.
All right, we're sitting here with a bunch of girls trying to keep warm. They're sharing their blankets with me. What does the IU-Purdue rivalry mean to you guys?
IU-Purdue is really big because it's in-state, and I don't know, it's just a really long rivalry between schools, and it's fun whenever it's in-state, and you have a lot of friends that go there, and you kind of like hate on each other. So
I actually think that the greatest IU-Purdue game ever played, and obviously I'm coming at it from the Indiana standpoint, was 1973. John Leskowski was fouled at the end of the game. Indiana was down by 1 point. I believe there were 2 seconds left on the clock. A Big Ten title hung in the balance. John Leskowski sank both free throws. Indiana ended up making the NCAA tournament because they won the Big Ten and made the Final Four, the first for Bob Knight. And it really got the Bob Knight juggernaut going. I think that was the greatest game potentially ever played at Assembly Hall, and it was the greatest game of the IU-Purdue rivalry ever. Well, they showed a graphic. I was actually out of town for this last weekend's game. They showed a graphic about how many guys from the state of Indiana played on both teams. So these guys remember each other from AAU and high school game battles, and it carries over into college. And both sides have a legitimate bragging right in the rivalry, and I think that just adds fuel to the fire. And then you've got IU graduates married to Purdue graduates. You have IU employees for a company working alongside Purdue graduates who work for that same company. So I think in that way it just continues to build and build. And they're the programs that have the 2 most Big Ten titles of all time. So there's a tradition of excellence, though I hate to admit it on the other side, between these 2 programs.
Well, there you have it. The passion the Hoosiers have for this rivalry remains very strong, but we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out at 2 p.m. on the court. I'm Lindsay Wright, and this is Indiana.